is a series of choices. Our current state of slow motion national decline is a choice. Today is our 2-year-old's birthday. And I look at my daughter, and that is my why. For those that are parents, you know exactly what I mean.
There is no mountain that stands tall as your faithfulness. There is no river that runs wide as your goodness.
Man, Charlie, I remember when we were starting these out, and
It was that, like that.
you know, it was like this. It was like your average
First 3 rows.
It was like your average political meeting where there was like 12 people in a room, and this is awesome.
This, in my personal opinion, was the most over-the-top Trump event that I've ever covered.
This is the #1 boots-on-the-ground operation in the country. We're working directly in harmony with the Trump campaign. It's been vetted, it's been cleared, it's been blessed, as you can see there, and we're going to try to win this thing. No guarantees. It's what we do that matters.
Mr. President, I can tell you this room is 100% with you, and we have your back. God bless you. We really do. Thank you.
As you know, we are heading on campus here momentarily at the University of South Florida, throwing it down with the students. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are excited to continue this cultural movement that we have started at Turning Point USA. More high school chapters, more college chapters, and disagreement is not just welcome, it is invited. We want to have those tough conversations. That's what it's all about. You're not supposed to be involved in this. You're supposed to just kind of be on the vote for me every 4 years, give me more political power, and stay out of my business. And what has happened is we are seeing an explosion in citizen participation.
There is nothing else I'll ever need. All of my days, your mercy follows me. Oh, there is nothing else I'll ever need.
Knock on that extra door. Go that extra mile. Talk to that extra friend. Because throughout voting month and culminating on the 5th of November, I believe it will go down as a day that people remember, as a day that is written about in history books, as the final battle from the golden escalator on down, from defeating Hillary Clinton, from the nonsense of 2020, from Butler, Pennsylvania, November 5th, it all culminates where we restore the promise that the founders gave us. And they said, hey, if the people want it, the people get it. And we, the people, take back America. God bless Arizona, and thank you so much. Every day, the American people demand certain accomplishments and victories. Disagreement is what keeps a movement alive, keeps a movement fun. Here in this country, we are a country of flourishing. We're a country of risk-taking. We're a country of building. We will achieve American greatness, and we are just getting started.
All of my days, your mercy follows me.
Hey, did you find the manual?
Yes!
Summon Dale!
Who's Dale?
American Home Show now provides video chat with live repair experts for home fixes over the phone. Let's go fix that oven.
Okay, Dale.
Sign up today at ahs.com.
To avoid digital threats, just turn on NordVPN.
Improve your protection against trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the deal now.
We realize there are many choices when it comes to who you choose for your cell phone service, and there are new ones popping up all the time. But here's the truth. There's only one that boldly stands in the gap for every American that believes that freedom is worth fighting for. And that's Patriot Mobile. For more than 12 years, Patriot Mobile has been on the front lines, fighting for our God-given rights and freedoms, while also providing exceptional nationwide cell phone service with access to all 3 of the main networks. Don't just take our word for it. Ask the hundreds of thousands of Americans who've made the switch and are now supporting causes they believe in. Simply by joining Patriot Mobile, switching is easier than ever. Activate in minutes from the comfort of your own home. Keep your number, keep your phone, or upgrade. Patriot Mobile's all U.S.-based support team is standing by to take care of you. Call 972-PATRIOT today or go to patriotmobile.com/TrumpUK. Use promo code TrumpUK for a free month of service. That's patriotmobile.com/TrumpUK or call 972-PATRIOT and make the switch today.
Every day, there's a battle for your mind raging. Information coming from every angle with the will to deceive. Fear not. You found the place for truth. The voice of a generation that still has the will to believe in the greatest country in the history of the world. This is the Charlie Kirk Show. Buckle up. Here we go.
Hey everyone, I'm Megyn Kelly, and I am honored to be sitting in Charlie Kirk's studio hosting the Charlie Kirk Show. We're simulcasting it out right now for our listeners on the Megyn Kelly Show, and we're also honored to be a part of this. We traveled out to Arizona last night, and just stepping foot in the state, I mean, you can't go more than 100 feet without seeing something to honor Charlie, especially here at the headquarters of Turning Point, where you pull up and it is like something. The only thing that I can compare it to it is after Princess Diana died, where you see the teddy bears and the balloons and the signage lining just the entire campus outside of this building. I mean, there's an incredible outpouring around the world for him. And I'm so honored to be sitting here in the studio. I'm here right now with Andrew Colvett. He's Charlie's executive producer. Andrew, thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you for making the journey and the trip. I know it's no small task, and you honor Charlie. Charlie would be so honored, and you were one of his dearest friends in this whole crazy media and conservative space, and he would absolutely... I started making calls probably within 36 hours, and I knew exactly who to call, and you were absolutely one of those people. And so thank you for making this work.
Thank you. I feel like the one thing I can say about me and Charlie is, I think you once described it as the weird chemistry he and I had together on the air, because I absolutely loved talking to him. I can't think of somebody I wanted to talk to more ever. When I saw it was a Charlie Kirk day on the show, I knew it was going to be a great program. I knew he was going to bring something different than what we would hear from everybody else. And one of the things that I knew I'd get from Charlie was humor.
Yes.
Always made me laugh.
That's an underappreciated quality of Charlie, and I don't want to give away where we're going with the show. If you want to, that's fine. You're driving today. But the people closest to him, the people in this building, they all have many stories about how Charlie just made them, keel over laughing just because he was really funny. He had a very dry sense of humor, and it was very Charlie. I don't know how you could really describe it. They're going to have to tell you themselves. But yeah, and that came through in interviews with you. It didn't come through with everybody, but with you, you guys had this rapport, and I remember always texting back and forth with your team because you're on the air with them and he's on the air with you, and we'd be like, oh, this is great. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I remember you going on Sean Ryan's show and he was like, who should I interview? And a lot of people sent me this clip. I don't know if I ever told you that, but I saw it and you were like, you should have Charlie Kirk on. It never happened, and that's fine. I met Sean a couple times and we were always kind of talking about maybe whatever. But the fact that you were...
I just knew, because I felt like for the first couple of years that Charlie and I were talking, by no means was it that Charlie was undiscovered. He'd been discovered and he had already built this massive organization. But in more traditional Republican circles, he wasn't as well known, and in some circles, not as well understood.
Yeah.
You know,
the establishment circles.
They thought he was fringy. And I would tell all my friends in that lane, no, you got to listen to him.
Yeah.
He's hugely important to the future of the Republican Party and the country. And they would listen. You know, I mean, more and more he was gaining friends, even among that wing, of course. But, you know, in the beginning, people feel threatened by somebody who's coming up in their lane. They don't want to lose their positions. Is he going to take over the Republican Party? And then Charlie, just by sheer force of will and personality and goodness, won them over. It was to know him truly was to love him.
And you're going to see that. I think very rarely, you know, people that work with a very demanding, hard driving person, which Charlie was, there's no doubt. Very rarely do you couple that with the more time you spend with him, the more you love him. Mm-hmm. And everybody in this building and Turning Point staff will have the same exact reaction. He was endearing in the most amazing way. And I had told so many people this, actually. I'm really proud that I got to before he died, that you just can't help but love the guy because the mission, his belief, his faith, and he was generous to a fault. He was loyal to a fault, and he was trustworthy. And he would never, ever spill the beans. He wouldn't gossip.
I never heard him say a negative word about anybody.
No.
Even on the air, he'd come on, we'd be talking about who's in the news. And half our friends are always in the news because they say controversial things, what have you. And so you always got to, treat it gingerly when you're going to talk about something like that. But Charlie would always say, I'm just never going to say anything bad about that person. He would own it, I don't care whether they're in the news or not. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Even if he disagreed with them privately, a lot of our friends would say things that would, cause a big stir, and there was pressure. You got to condemn this. You got to call this person out. You got to do this. And Charlie was like, no,
he never did. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I'm now trying to live by that example. I'm not going to lose my generally cynical mofo nature. That's technically not a swear. I just want that clear. We don't swear on the Charlie Kirk show.
7 words, yeah.
I know. Poor Charlie. I would subject him to my potty mouth, and he was such a good sport about it. Yeah. But no, we are on his show now. We will be good. But so I'm not going to lose that. But it gave me pause to think about not being too quick to condemn people who we like and who deserve the benefit of the doubt.
And in this moment, I know there's a lot of people online, we hear you, that are saying different things and that they're processing their guilt in the way that
their grief,
thank you, and their mourning in the way that they know how. Exactly. And it's going to come out in 1,000 different ways. And we are trying to give everybody space to do that. Obviously, I personally, Andrew Colvett, would do it one way, but other people are going to do it another way. And we really do have to honor Charlie in that way and say, Charlie was a master of collecting people. He was.
Yep.
And there is a reason for that.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I have always tried to not choose a side within Republican politics, to try to keep the door open to everybody. He made me look like an amateur at that, because there wasn't any, you look at America Fest, you look at the Student Action Summit, you look at any event that Charlie put on, you'd have everybody from all ideological wings of the party.
Yeah.
He managed to hold this coalition together in a way few can. I mean, few other than Donald Trump can.
No, for real. And I think, and I've said this before, but I just want everybody to keep hearing it, that Charlie looked at the virtues, the roles that one could play in society. And he was borrowing this from the Greeks and others, but being a statesman, being a philosopher, being a theologian are the highest callings. And he told me, some of the deepest conversations that we had before he died, saying, everybody can open a stream and say crazy things, but not everybody can be a statesman. Not everybody can be a coalition builder. It's really hard to build. And he was very proud that we have built something, that he had built something that is an institution that's going to outlive him, with friends that of all different parts of the party that love him and that admire him. And so I'm not kidding, we talked for hours about this on a few different occasions about why that was the highest calling. And I could tell he was working that out with me.
And not just working that out, but what I've learned just since Charlie died is working to be the person. I did not realize how much work Charlie put into these campus appearances and honing his game and making sure he was at the peak in terms of his ability to have these exchanges.
He disciplined his body to do it. He was a biohacker. He was religious about sleep. He didn't put poisons into his body.
Yep.
He really understood that he had to get the most out of himself, and he found time to do the most bizarre things.
On the
he
biohack front?
He journaled. He read books. He listened to books on tapes. He found ways to maximize every single second.
I think one of the services you and Erica could, when everyone's feeling better, provide for his fans would be to put together a list of what Charlie read. I feel like everybody would want to see that. Just the best you can cobble it together. Just go to his bookcase, go to his, Kindle, whatever, because I think people would love to know what influenced him. He influenced them. What influenced him? We've got news to make. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll make it. Don't go away.
Hi, it's Christina again. Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that could go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bath or shower that's safer at a price you can afford with a one-day jacuzzi bath remodel. And now they're bringing you this special TV offer. We're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year. Jacuzzi bath remodel has a design you'll love at a price you can afford.
Literally, they came in the morning, did the demolition, and installed our bathtub in 1 day. I definitely wish we called jacuzzi a lot sooner.
Okay, so tell me, what are the 2 most common reasons people are calling jacuzzi bath remodel right now?
Well, maybe they're just tired of the old, worn-out eyesore of a bath. Often they have dated colors, tiles that might be cracking and fading, or impossible to clean grout. Christina, did you know that the average shower has up to 300 linear feet of grout?
Honestly, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of scrubbing. So that's definitely one of the reasons people call. And you'll love that the new bath or shower just rinses clean and resists mold and mildew. Now, another big reason people call is they've been feeling uneasy stepping over that tub to take a shower. And we're here to help with a safer, more stylish shower that you'll love and is custom designed for you.
Every time I stepped over my old bathtub, I worried I might fall. I don't have those fears anymore. Jacuzzi Bath Remodel gave me a gorgeous shower that's safe too.
It was done in the same day. We did not have to wait. It is amazing.
Time is running out to take advantage of this special offer. When you call right now, we're waiving all installation costs with our Christina Across America offer and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free, no obligation in-home design consultation. You can create your new bath or shower customized just for you, installed in just 1 day from the most trusted name with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Call now.
It's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your 1-day installation, and start loving your new bath or shower right away.
You can go from this to this, and from this to this, or even from this to all this in just 1 day.
I did not like my bathroom before and was embarrassed by it. Yes. This is unbelievable. It is stunning. I can't believe it.
Time is running out to take advantage of this special offer. When you call right now, we're waiving all installation costs with our Christina Across America offer and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free, no obligation in-home design consultation. You can create your new bath or shower customized just for you, installed in just 1 day from the most trusted name with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Call now.
Welcome back to this Real America's Voice news break. I'm Terrence Bates. President Trump is about to head home to the White House after wrapping up his royal state visit in England. Here's a live shot of Air Force One on the tarmac. We're hearing that President Trump and Marine One just landed, so he should be boarding Air Force One here in short order and then heading back across the pond. That's what the Brits call the Atlantic Ocean, headed home to Washington, D.C. Just hours ago, the Commander-in-Chief wrapping up a news conference with British Prime Prime Minister Keir Starmer. And earlier in the day, the duo signed an economic cooperation agreement worth more than $100 billion. A majority of the investment will reportedly come from equity firm Blackstone over 10 years. The British government reportedly expects the investment package to create some 76,000 high-paying, high-quality jobs in industries ranging from clean energy to life sciences. President Trump also using the shared stage with his British counterpart to share some breaking news about Afghanistan.
Bagram, the big air base, one of the biggest air bases in the world, we gave it to them for nothing. We're trying to get it back, by the way. Okay, that could be a little breaking news. We're trying to get it back because they need things from us. We want that base back. But one of the reasons we want the base is, as you know, it's an hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. So a lot of things are happening.
The president also making headlines for his plan to designate Antifa a major terrorist organization. He made the announcement in a Truth Social post, calling the group a, quote, sick, dangerous, radical left disaster. The commander-in-chief says he'll also be strongly recommending that the people funding the left-wing group be thoroughly investigated. The self-proclaimed anti-fascist group is known for its various demonstrations that sometimes end with violence and destruction of property. Late-night host Jimmy Kimmel is the poster child for the idea that words have consequences. ABC has suspended his late-night show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, indefinitely over comments he made about Charlie Kirk's murder. The network and other television station groups call Kimmel's comments, quote, offensive and insensitive. That's a quick check of your headlines.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly, sitting in on the Charlie Kirk Show, and it's my honor to be here out in Phoenix, Arizona with his team, and we're simulcasting for our audience on SiriusXM as well. I'm here with his top lieutenants, and they've been through so much over the past week, and they know Charlie so well. We thought it'd be great to bring some of these guys in and talk about some of their memories of Charlie, which we're going to do. This is Blake Neff. Will you describe what you did for Charlie?
I was a producer, helped get guests for the show, but also especially talking points, researching issues. What do we want to say about this? And he would come to me, Blake, what do we think about this issue? And Charlie is a busy guy, so sometimes it was my job to go and read the 400-page book about something so I can give him a 10-page digest of it later.
Yeah. Aren't you? Didn't he call you his secret weapon?
I'm told that. He didn't tell that to my face.
Yes.
I'll accept it.
I heard he called you his secret weapon. And then there's Mikey McCoy. How you doing, Mikey?
Good.
All right, and tell us what you did for Charlie.
Yeah, I was his chief of staff, worked for him almost 6 years. Organized his life.
So he took you out of your cradle.
He plucked me out, saved me from going to college.
He did, right?
Yeah,
no,
literally.
For real.
He said, I don't want you to go to college. I want you to come work for me. So best decision I made. So with him for 6 years, his Swiss Army knife. If a problem would arise, I'd go and solve it for him. Kept his life organized and traveled with him everywhere.
He was always so complimentary of his team, Andrew. I mean, whenever you give him a compliment, he would give it back to you guys. He never took the compliment directly. Yeah. And now there's a question about who's going to lead the team going forward and who's going to lead this enormously important organization. And I understand you have some news on that front.
Yeah. Since everything has happened, I think the number one question is what is going to happen with Turning Point? What is going to happen next? And I'm pleased to be able to announce with you, and I think it's appropriate because of who you are and who this person is, that the Turning Point board has unanimously selected Erica Kirk as the new CEO and chair of the board. And not only is that amazing in and of itself, but I can assure you, Megyn, that Charlie told me personally, and he told others, he probably told Mikey, that if anything ever happened to him, that this is exactly what he wanted.
Wow. I have the chills. It had to be, right? I mean, I don't think anybody would accept a leader of the organization who they didn't feel completely understood Charlie and would be 100% dedicated to fulfilling his vision for where this group is going.
Well, and let me just add one more thing, and I want Mikey to chime in here as well. But in the immediate hours afterwards, Erica got a call from somebody very important. I'll leave that vague out of privacy, but she got a call from somebody very important. And the question was, what do you know? Sort of asking how much of what's going on behind the scenes and with the relationship, like, what do you know? And her reply back was, everything.
Oh.
I know everything.
That's good. You can tell the bits of the two of them, you know, and showing, like, the clips that you guys have released show, first of all, their immense, intense love story, which has been so uplifting to everybody who's ever felt love or wanted to in their lives. And we pulled this one that you guys ran because it's so touching. It's SOT 17, and it's her when they were engaged sitting on this set, I think. Let's watch it.
I'm not going to be able to focus sitting this close to him.
Hi. You ready? What?
Hello. I'm not going to be able to focus looking right at you. I'm just going to be staring at you.
Hello.
Wow.
Ready, Terrell?
Hold on.
We're rolling?
We're not.
All right, you'll be switching? All right, I'll count it down.
Wait. I'm kind of nervous, you guys.
She's nervous, which is why we must get going. All right, we ready?
No.
Yes, sir. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Charlie Kirk Show.
You're going to have to do it again.
Introduce yourself.
Is that what you're going to say?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Charlie Kirk Show.
You're so handsome.
I'm engaged. Would you like to introduce yourself, or should I introduce you?
This is mortifying.
How would you like me to start? All right, we'll try it again. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Charlie Kirk Show. Joining me is the most special guest, my fiance, Erica. Welcome to The Charlie Kirk Show.
Wow. I don't know about you guys, but I was holding it together just fine up until that. Their love story was something.
Yeah. Charlie knew how good Erica was. We know how good Erica was. And when she made her address the other night, right next to this chair, I think the whole nation found out how good Erica was.
The amount of strength that took.
She's our Khaleesi. She's our retribution.
The memes are already flowing.
Yeah, right. Well, there's more on her and what's happening next here. Next. Don't go away.
No matter what you drive, there's only one guarantee. It's gonna break down.
I had a sensor light up on my dashboard.
There was a popping noise.
The last thing I remember is just the engine cut out.
Your next breakdown could be anytime, anywhere, whether you've got the money to fix it or not.
It was a thermostat, $2,600.
Seat sensor, $1,400.
But if you've got endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a car repair again, no matter how much it cost them to cover it.
In my first year with Endurance, they covered a $14,000 engine replacement.
For Endurance to pay over $7,000 to have my vehicle repaired is phenomenal.
It was like almost a $6,000 job. If I didn't have Endurance, I would have had to pay for that or just trash the whole car and start again.
If your car's out of warranty, a transmission can easily cost you $4,000.
And an engine? Over $7,000, if you're lucky.
With Endurance, those parts are covered, plus hundreds more.
The bad camera unit, $800 to repair a bad wheel bearing, over $1,000. A new steering rack, close to $3,000. Endurance covered it fully.
From engines to water pumps, electronics to key fobs, Endurance has you covered.
Plus, you pick the mechanic you trust to do the work.
It's a totally seamless process going to any certified mechanic. They submit the claim directly to Endurance. They get paid, and I'm out the door.
You trust us to do the work, and we trust Endurance to pay us direct.
And the best part, your rate stays locked in no matter how many claims you file.
After I made my first claim to Endurance, I expected my rate to change, and it never did. Like, I have no complaints.
Endurance has been trusted by millions of Americans for nearly 2 decades.
I've had 2 claims for over $4,600. Less than 1 year after signing up, Endurance saved me over $7,000.
Whether you put 10,000 or 100,000 miles a year on your car, if it's under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered. Plus, your plan includes 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country.
So if your ride breaks down, Endurance has your back. They'll jump your battery, tow, deliver gas, change a flat, unlock your car, and more.
Call now and we'll upgrade you to a full year of Elite benefits free, a $2,000 value.
Endurance just gives me that peace of mind, so I do know that every time I'm on the road, I'm covered.
So, who's gonna pay for your next breakdown? You?
Or Endurance.
Endurance saves drivers thousands, and now you can save even more. Right now, you can get $300 off any plan, plus a year of Elite benefits, a $2,000 value free, all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. But you have to act now.
Remember, out of warranty doesn't mean out of options. Call Endurance and see how much you can save.
Call 1-833-496-5095 for a free quote. That's 1-833-496-5095.
Terrence Bates here with your Real America's Voice news break. We appreciate you being here with us. President Trump about to head home to the White House after wrapping up his royal state visit in England. As you can see, Air Force One is on the tarmac there in England. It is gassed up and ready to go, simply waiting for the president to walk up those stairs. The president and the First Lady, she of course is with him for this trip, waiting for him to walk up those stairs and then get going back across the pond, as they call it there in Britain. In fact, just hours ago, the Commander-in-Chief wrapping up a news conference with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. And earlier in the day, the two signed an economic cooperation agreement that's worth more than $100 billion. A majority of the investment will reportedly come from equity firm Blackstone over about 10 years. The British government reportedly expects the investment package to create some 7,600 high-quality jobs in industries ranging from clean energy to life sciences. President Trump also using the shared stage with his British counterpart to share some breaking news about Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan. We'll have more on that coming up in a little bit. In the meantime, House Republicans could begin debating the latest stopgap measure to keep the government funded through November 21st as soon as today. Wednesday, the measure cleared a test vote in the House, setting the stage for House Republicans to get the continuing resolution passed. While the GOP conference can move the CR to the Senate if it stays united, Senate Republicans will probably need some Democratic help in order to keep the government funded. Meantime, the House also voted down a measure on Wednesday that would have censored Democrat Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota and stripped her of committee assignments. Republican South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace raised the resolution over Representative Omar's recent comments related to Charlie Kirk's death. Republican Congressmembers Mike Flood of Nebraska, Tom McClintock of California, Jeff Hurd of Colorado, and Corey Mills of Florida joined Democrats in voting down the censure resolution. While the foursome denounces Omar's comments, they agree what she said is protected by the First Amendment. That's a quick check of your headlines. I'm Terrence Bates.
This movement will not be silenced. You're listening to The Charlie Kirk Show.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly, sitting in Charlie's studio with some of his dear friends and staffers. And I don't know, you guys, today has a different feel for me. I've been listening all week with JD, the vice president, with the guys from Daily Wire, who I love, with Glenn. And, of course, we've been covering everything about Charlie since, last week on my own show. And just being with you all, I feel better. I don't know. Like, today just seems like we're able to laugh a little. Like, it's not that people aren't in grieving, but it's a sign of mental well-being that you can find a way to, like, chuckle here and there. I had my first laugh, actually, the other day when my friend reminded me of my favorite exchange with Charlie. It was very funny. And it was actually, it arose out of a time when Charlie was in trouble with the left for having said something that they thought was terrible and I knew wasn't terrible. And it was part of his courage in saying something that everybody believes, but they would never say it out loud. It was about how they were so focused on hiring women and black pilots and minority pilots and going from 3% to 50, right? 3% to 50. that we were going to have to worry about who the hell was flying the planes. Because it was like, what do you mean? There's black people are only 13% of the population. How are we going to have 50% of them being pilots? Anyway, so Charlie said that, and then everybody said he was a racist, which was bullshit. Oh, sorry, which was bull. It happened. Never mind. Force of habit. And hold on, let me find it. Here, he came on my show January 2024 and made the following point as only Charlie could. SOT 22.
DEI invites unwholesome thinking. And I said, and I was saying in the clip, that's not who I am. That's not what I believe. But what it does is it makes us worse versions of ourselves, Megan. That's the whole point of what I was saying, is that I now look at everything through a hyper-racialized diversity quota lens because of their massive insistence to try to hit these ridiculous racial hiring quotas. 3 to 4% of current pilots are blacks right now. 3 to 4%. And now they want to say this is just a hiring class of candidates. Are there enough candidates to fill the 50% quota? And the other question should be asked is, why is it a problem? Let's just ask the premise. Why is it a problem that 81% are white? And I love the Axios guy. Well, white males are dominating the cockpit. Yeah, those pesky safe flights are dominating our society, Megan. all those 25 years of commercial airliners that have kept on, dominating as if like the white male is like oppressing us with, their beautiful landings through turbulence and storms.
Just because he said that at the end, I think a great little Charlie thing, every time a plane took off, he would say, "Lord bless this flight," right as it began to accelerate. And then when I joined, I would add, "Lord bless this landing," because I find that a pretty important part of
that
it.
helps. So tell us something about Charlie that we don't know.
Oh, man.
Who's got one of those? Blake, Mikey.
I think
we also have two. We have two new guest stars
Mikey
here.
and I
want to tell everybody we have Daisy Phelps and we have Emma Kate Bartles. And Emma Kate, you did Charlie's social media, and Daisy, you seem like you did everything.
Media director. I just kind of explain it as podcast media, digital media, sponsorship media. Whatever Charlie said.
Did for Charlie and now will continue doing for Erica and for Turning Point.
We're all in it.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
So one of the things Mikey and I agreed we were really happy he got to do, one of the things about Charlie is he was so famous, he had no anonymity anymore in America. And he actually really liked going out on walks. And so we were actually in Asia just the weekend before this happened, and we were in Seoul. And I'd been there a little bit early. I was going to a wedding for a friend of mine. And so when he got in, I was like, Charlie, the best way to understand the city, just kind of walk around and see how it's different. And so, we were there. He got in on a Friday. And so I think